So welcome everybody to class. So we have a half an hour to just completely chill out and relax. We're going to focus on releasing tension in mostly the inner thighs, the back of the legs. And we're going to do one pose for just a little bit of upper body, but it's also going to incorporate releasing some tension through the side body and down the side of the legs as well. Okay. Please have a strap or some kind of like belt or tie or scarf for the class, and 2 blocks, okay? Of course, you are always more than welcome to have any other props that you like for this practice, but that's kind of what we really need. We will be on the back for the entire duration of the class, so if you feel like you need a little extra cushioning, feel free to grab like a blanket, put it over top of your mat, especially if you're on a harder surface like wood, okay? So without ado, let's begin. We're going to start in reclined butterfly. Now, if you want to support your head in this shape as well, which sometimes can be nice, if you have a blanket or a towel that you can roll up, you can always place that down on your mat so that the back of your head can rest on that. You can also roll up your mat too if you need it. But ideally, your 2 blocks you're going to use in the shape. And I'll show you why we're going to actually use these blocks today. Okay. So even if you're quite open and flexible. So as you come down on your back, blocks are in your hands. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together, open your knees. And then I want you to bring your blocks as close towards your hips as you can. Okay. They can be on the lower level. They can also be on the second level. Now, bring your feet in a little bit closer towards your pelvis. So you're making a much shorter diamond shape, okay? That's why I want the blocks as close to your hips as you can so that it is most supportive. Doesn't mean they have to stay there for the whole time, but let's start there. And then if it's comfortable through your neck and shoulders, take your arms either straight out from your shoulder line like a letter T, or if it's accessible, bring your arms into a goalpost position as long as you can keep your forearms and the backs of your hands on the mat, okay? And then just walk your shoulder blades apart so you feel the space between your shoulders relax. Eyes closed. Separate the upper molars from the lower molars inside your mouth. Take one really deep breath in. And one really deep breath out. And then completely let your belly soften. And start to breathe with some awareness in and out through your nose. Allow yourself to land here. Making your breath as smooth and fluid as you can. Feeling each breath draw in, each breath draw out. Feel that rise and that fall of your belly. And that deep interconnection of your breath. Now you're more than welcome to keep the shape of the legs and the props exactly as they are. But if you want to shift a little bit more focus towards your inner thighs, as opposed to the outside of the legs, you're going to slide your blocks a little further down so that they kind of rest underneath the knees instead. You may adjust your feet. So some of you may find that you need to walk your feet a little bit more forward and make a more narrow shape, or you might just keep the feet as they are. And then come back into your breath. Can you start to draw out a longer exhale through your nose? Take a really deep breath in, and then a really long breath out. Let your hands gently come down towards the outer thighs. Use your hands to draw your knees together so you're not using any of the muscles in the legs at all. Your blocks can come to the side for a moment. And if it feels okay, lengthen your legs long. And if it doesn't, just keep your knees bent to your feet on the mat. But take a moment to let your body rebound, to let it feel into new sensation. And then if your legs are extended, gently start to walk your feet back onto the mat. Give your knees a little hug into the chest. Just find a gentle rock about 3 to 4 times from side to side. And eventually bring your feet back down to the mat. Now for our next shape where we're going to use the strap, I'm going to recommend that you take a block from the lowest setting and place it underneath your head. You could also opt to use a blanket rolled up or a cushion or a towel if you prefer. And then your additional block that you have, just have that over towards the left side of your mat in case you need that. We'll draw the right knee into the chest. We're going to take the strap and place it onto the arch or the ball of the right foot as we take the leg up into the air. Now you can hold the strap with both hands if you like. If it feels better for you to hold it with just one arm, then you can use just the one hand, say the right hand. And if your back feels okay, you can either lengthen your left leg long, or if it feels like that's pulling a little too much, grab that block you have and place it underneath your left hamstring. So it supports your back and side body as well. And then have a soft bend through the back of that right knee, especially those of you that tend to be a little bit more hypermobile in your joints like I am. And let your arms be at a comfortable stance on the strap. So meaning your elbows are not locked, but you could have your elbows down to the mat if you prefer, or you could have your arms slightly straight. Once you land in stillness, if your eyes are open, close them back down. Imagine your breath is drawing up through the back of your leg, up through the back of that bladder meridian channel. It's just like the water flowing from your toes down to the heel, all the way up the back of the leg and into the body. Full deep breaths. If your leg shakes at any point, feel free to release, bend your knee, and then join back in as it feels okay in your body. I have about 5 deep breaths left here. There's no need to rush. Just take your time breathing in and breathing out. And together, let's take a deep breath in and send a long breath out. Gently start to release your right foot back down to the mat. And either take a moment, once again, with both legs long or both knees bent. Pause. Just let not just your body settle, but let the energy recirculate, especially through that right leg. And allow yourself just to tap into anything that you feel here. Even if it feels a little awkward or a little uncomfortable. If it feels painful, please make a adjustment. Just let your body be in a place where it might feel just a little uncomfortable, but you're okay with that. And give your toes just a little wiggle, just to remind yourself, this is your body. And then walk your feet back to the mat. If you'd like to use the block, you'll find it and place it over towards the right side of your mat. The strap will come back into your hands. This time, left knee into the chest. Strap around the ball of the arch of the foot. Begin to lengthen your leg up. Optionally, take that block, place it underneath your right hamstring this time. Keep the back of your left knee just a little bit soft. And then find that sweet spot where you want to hold onto the strap, where it feels effortless through the upper half of your body. Full deep breaths in and out through your nose. Feel yourself breathe. Let your mind be quiet, or at least distanced between the thoughts. If you feel any resistance at all, try to see if you can adjust your shape a little bit. Soften in. Maybe even just deepen your breath. Last 5 deep breaths. Very gently on your next breath in. Begin to soften through your left leg. Eventually place the foot onto the mat, strap over to the side, and if it's okay, take the legs both long or take a moment with knees bent. Pause here. Just notice and feel into your body. Breathe deeply. And then start to bring your feet back to the mat again. If you have a block underneath your head, you can just slowly take that out of the way. And we're going to move into a spinal twist with our upper body component to it as well. So we're going to take the arms up into goalpost position. Now, if you find that your forearms or the back of your hands just don't land on the mat, then I want you to try and adjust the shape, maybe by bringing your elbows in closer towards your side body, but somewhere ideally, even if that means you have to take your arms just straight out from your shoulders, okay, just somewhere where you can soften in. And then with knees and feet together, you're going to shift your hips a little bit to the right. Your knees are going to fall to the left. Now, when you come here, you might notice, oh, now my right shoulder kind of lifts a little bit. So grab a block, maybe even two, and place them between your knees. Or even place a block between your knees and one underneath the bottom knee. Just any layer of support that will help to soften that right shoulder down. Don't worry about what it looks like. And then just let your head roll to any direction that feels comfortable. Soften in here. And start to breathe. Imagine you're breathing down the right side of your body. As you start to open and stimulate through the armpit down to the hip, through the gallbladder meridian channel. It's a gentle opening of the liver, the gallbladder itself. And then there's this feeling of sensation of breath in through your right lung. It just feels a little bit more intuitive than the left. You can breathe there as well. Let the breath be smooth and even. Let it flow with ease. Take one deep breath in and one really deep breath out. And keep the shape of the arms. Just slowly start to roll back onto the back. Pause for a moment, just let your spine realign. If the block falls, don't worry about it. You can always readjust it in a moment. And then when you're ready, just find a little shift of your hips to the left this time. Knees fall to the right. Feel free to adjust the block or maybe reposition it in a different way so it feels a little more supportive for you. And then just notice that left shoulder head. Let it soften down. Maybe that means you readjust the position of your arm, or you find a little bit more support through the legs. And your head just gently falls into wherever position feels comfortable for you. Feel yourself now breathing down the left side of your body, more intuitively into your left lung than the right. Into the stomach, the spleen. Creating space in your back, your outer hips. Take 2 more deep breaths. It's working at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling in a way that nourishes your body. And when you're ready, you can slowly start to come back onto your back. Taking any of the props out of the way, realigning the spine back to center. From here, just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And from your choice here, you can choose either to come into final shavasana, so come into final relaxation. If you want to use your blocks to prop you or cover yourself up, you can. If you would prefer to sit in a meditation position, you're also more than welcome to take that shape. Allow yourself the opportunity to surrender the breath, to notice the space that you created in your body. This is the most important part of our practice. Even when it seems like there's nothing happening here, this is actually where it all happens, is in the stillness in the neutrality of the shape, where we completely let go. Please take all the time that you need here, whether you're in a meditation position or whether you're resting in Shavasana. The time on your mat is yours and yours alone. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice. Have a beautiful rest of this day, and may you sleep so peacefully this evening. Namaste.